Okay, hello mga Kachad TV. We are here now and our topic is about solving quadratic equation by factoring. So, what is quadratic equation by factoring or solving by factoring? Solving quadratic equation by factoring, we must always have the equation in the form quadratic expression equals to 0, or it is called the standard form, before we make any attempt to solve the quadratic equation by factoring. So this is the standard form of quadratic equation: ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. And this time we are solving the quadratic equation by factoring, wherein the value of a is equal to 1. So before we proceed to our topic, which is factoring of quadratic equation, let us review first our multiplication table, because in this topic we need the multiplication table in order for us to find the exact factor of the given numbers in the factoring or in the quadratic equation. To factor the x squared plus 11x plus 10 is equal to 0, I suggest to draw an x here, and let us put the 10 in the upper part and 11 on the lower part. 10 is the constant or the value of c here, and 11 is the numerical value of middle term, which is equals to b. So 10 in the upper part and the opposite is the 11. Now let us think the factors of 10. So what are those factors of 10? We have here 1 and 10 and 2 and 5. That's 2 factor. So 1 and 10 and 2 and 5. Now let us consider that when we add or subtract the 2 factors or the 2 number, the sum will be 11. Here 1 plus 10 is 11 and 2 plus 5 is 7. So definitely the factors that we need to find, the factors that fit to our solution to factors the given example, is the 1 and 10. So we write the 1 and 10 in the left side. So 1 and 10. So now we have the complete factor to solve the given example. Now we have the x plus 1 and x plus 10 is equal to 0 serve as our solution to our example. Then let us solve if we are correct in the factored form or the factor of our given example. So let us use the zero product property, so we get the 2 factor of our solution to our problem. So we have first is the x plus 1, which is equals to 0, and x plus 10, which is equals to 0 also. Now by applying the addition property of equality, we need to transfer the number in the left side to the right side. To do that, we need to apply the addition property of equality. So by putting a number which is opposite sign to the existing number on the left side, so that is -1, and adding to the right side the -1. So now we have the x is equal to -1. Why? Because 1 minus 1 is equal to 0, and 0 minus 1 is -1, and the remaining value here on the left side must be x. So x is equal to -1. So our first root here is -1. Then here in the x plus 10 is equal to 0. So again, same, by using the addition property of equality, we put -10 both side, because we need to transfer the positive 10 on the right side. To do that, we need to put a opposite sign of the number, so that is -10. Now perform the operation. Here in the left side must be equal to 0. 10 minus 10 is 0, and 0 minus 10 is -10. So our second root must be x is equal to -10, and our factor, or our roots I mean, is x is equal to -1 and x is equal to -10. So okay, so that's it. So let us proceed again to next example. Okay, let us proceed by factoring the 18 in order for us to find the factor of the given example. So what are those factor of 18 wherein when we add is equal to 9? Okay, so 2 times 9 is equal to 18. 3 and 6 is also equals to 18, and 1 times 18 is also equals to 18. Then when we add 2 and 9 is equal to 11, 3 and 6 equals to 9, and 1 and times 18 is equal to 1 plus 18 is equal to 19. So as you can see, the number that we need to get as the factor of our given example is the 3 and 6, because when we add the factor 3 and 6 is 9, and when we multiply is 18. So now our factor here is 3 and 6 as the factor of our given example. So now we write quantity x plus 3, quantity x plus 6 is equal to 0. Then to find the roots, we need to apply the zero product of property and also the addition property of equality to eliminate the number on the left side and transfer it to the right side. To do that, we need to get the opposite sign of the number on the left side, and that is negative 3, and add also to the right side negative 3. So now we have equals to 0. So now we have x equals to negative 3, because 3 minus 3 is equal to 0, and when we add 0 minus 3 is equal to negative 3. So that's why our first root is equals to negative 3. And the second one, so we have x plus 6 minus 6 is equal to 0 minus 6. So again, we apply the zero product property and addition property of equality here to transfer the positive 6 on the right side by putting a negative 6 both sides, and we have x is equals to negative 6. And now we have the two roots, wherein those we have two roots. That two roots are x equals to negative 3 and x is equal to negative 6. So that's it, and let us try again to solve the third example. Is x squared plus x minus 12 is equal to 0. And to solve the factor, so we put x here and we put negative 12 or the constant, and the lower part is the middle term, the value of b, which is equal to 1. And we need to factor the negative 12 to get the factor of negative 12 in order for us to find the factor of our given example. When we add the factor of 12 is equal to 1, and when we multiply is negative 12. Okay, so now we determine the factor of 12 first, and so we have negative 2 times 6 is equal to negative 12, and also we use negative 6 and positive 2 and same negative 12, and the other factor is negative 3 and 4, or vice versa, the negative is 4 and the positive is 3. Then the last one is negative 1 and 12, and again vice versa, negative 12 or positive 1. But this time, when we add the two factors of 12 is equal to positive 1, and when we multiply is negative 12. So it means that the second number, or it means that the highest number has the positive sign. So here, when we add, and the sign of the biggest number is positive. So when we add 6 minus 2 is positive 4, so definitely this is not a factor. So 4 minus 3 equals to positive 1, and that's it. So negative 3 and 4 is the factor of the given problem, x squared plus x minus 12. So we write 4 and negative 3 as the factor. So we have now the factor of x plus 4 and x minus 3 is equal to 0. Now, so by solving and using the zero product property, so we have x plus 4 is equal to 0, and we need to transfer the positive 4 here on the left side by using the addition property of equality. We add both sides by the opposite sign of the given number here on the left side, and that is negative 4. So by putting on both sides and perform the operation, so we get x is equal to negative 4. This one is equal to 0, and 0 minus 4 is negative 4. So our first root is equal to negative 4. And here is x equals to negative 3 is equal to 0. So again, we need to transfer the negative 3 on the right side. So to do that, we need to add the opposite sign of negative 3, and that is positive 3. And we add both sides positive 3. And perform the operation. So we have x is equal to 3. And now we have the roots of x is equal to negative 4 and x is equal to 3. And our factor is x plus 4 and x minus 3 equal to 0. Okay? And again, we solve this example. X squared minus 10x plus 16 equals to 0. Again, we put x here and we write the 16 and negative 10 in the below of 16 or the opposite of 16. And again, so we think the two factors, or we think the factors of 16 were in when we get the add and difference of two numbers is equal to negative 10. So it means if this one is negative, then the two numbers will be negative. And when we multiply, the answer is positive. So therefore, 2 times 8 is 16. So putting same sign, that sign is negative. The answer when we multiply negative 2 times negative 8 is 16. And when we add, the rule in addition and subtraction, same sign, add and copy the sign. So it means 2 plus 8 is 10, then copy the sign, negative, so we have 10. And then the factor will be x minus 2 and x minus 8 equal to 0. And to solve, we have x minus equals to 0, again applying zero product property, and we need to transfer the negative 2 on the right side, so we put positive 2 on both sides, and we have the answer of x is equal to 2. And the same with the x minus 8 equals to 0, and we have x is equal to 8 as the second root. And now we have the roots of x is equal to 2 and x is equal to 8. That's the factor of our given problem here. That's it, and thank you, and please keep supporting my video tutorials. Thank you.